Welcome back to the box office, guys. Today we are going to discuss Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez in what should be an action-packed fight, guys. This is definitely one I don't want to miss. I don't want you guys to miss. And if you guys are betting on the fight, we got some tips, some tricks, and a little something for you guys. Okay, so Miguel Berchelt is coming in at Bovada at a minus 340, and that means you have to bet $340 on Miguel Berchelt to win 100. Now, Oscar Valdez, on the other hand, he is a plus 260. That is as of today. Remember, lines do move the closer they get to the fight. If a lot of people think, you know what, I think Valdez is going to win, they start putting money on that. It starts losing its value. It gets closer to 100, meaning you win less money per every $100 that you bet for Valdez. Right now, for every $100 that you bet on Valdez, you are getting 260 back. $100 bet, you walk out of the sports book with 360 if Valdez wins. But at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a little tip for this fight, especially if you're betting on Valdez. It is a toss-up fight for me. Anyone can win. I know Berchelt is the favorite, significant favorite as you would see, but there is some things to look at in this fight. Very exciting fight. The versus screen. There we go. Street Fighter style, because this fight is a brawl. You got Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez. What does that mean? That means two fighters that are very, very familiar with each other. Miguel Berchelt has 37 wins, 1 loss, 33 of those wins by KO. Oscar Valdez, on the other hand, is coming in undefeated. He has had 28 wins, 0 losses, 22 of those wins coming by the way of KO. So let's dig in a little deeper, okay? Berchelt is a favorite, as I mentioned before. Valdez, underdog. But they have some keys to victory. This is a fight that we've been wanting to see for a very long time. It actually got postponed before. But it is supposed to be potentially maybe even fight of the year. So let's take a look at what these two have to do in order to, pull off the victory this weekend. All right. So key number one for Miguel Berchelt, and we're going with Miguel because because he's the favorite. All right. And this is not according to me. This is not according to what I think is going to happen. This is according to Vegas and how they place their odds. So they think that he's going to come in, and they think the method of his victory is going to be by KO. Now, the keys to victory for Berchelt is to kind of what I said for Joe Smith, kind of what you would say tank. Meaning, move forward. You're the taller guy. You're the bigger guy. You probably had a weight cut a little bit more than Oscar Valdez, meaning you're probably the natural bigger fighter. Although he does have a very thin frame, he is a little taller, but has longer arms. You can probably take a punch, and this is in theory. You can most likely take a punch and wear your opponent down more, especially towards the later end of the fight. All right, when those championship rounds are coming, you are a bigger guy, very, very physical. So use that to your advantage. Any advantage that a fighter has, especially when it comes to boxing, whether it's your height, reach, weight, use it. Miguel Berchelt is 5'7", so he has a 2-inch advantage as far as height, and his reach is 71 inches, while Oscar Valdez is 66. To me, what that's saying is you're the bigger guy, you're lankier, your arms are longer, but don't let that fool you. He's not someone that's going to be trying to fight from the outside, but he does have that advantage if he chooses to use it. All right, so I would say tank. Use your size, your frame, and your physical advantages that you have against Oscar Valdez. Use that to your advantage so that you can make life on yourself a lot easier, especially with such a firework, action-packed fight that we're expecting to see. 2, use that height. Kind of goes hand in hand with tank, because to use your height, you have to be able to tank or keep at a distance. Now I know the styles of these fighters. I know that using your height necessarily doesn't mean fight from the outside, keep them at distance, oh no, what the two, and then back to the jab and stay away. No, I'm saying use your height as in catch him coming in, make him uncomfortable on the outside, and then when he does get on the inside, because it's bound to happen, these styles just mesh so perfectly. Unload and then go back to that jab and find that distance to where he has to make at some point he has to cover ground, and in that split second that he's covering ground, you can shoot your shot, shoot your combination, and as you can see, Miguel Berchelt loves shooting combinations. Number three, I'm sorry, fight moving forward. Miguel Berchelt, we know you like to come fighting and bring the fight to your opponent. Bring it. Um, be a little more cerebral. Use your head. You know what I mean? Don't always just start loading up with hooks. Set up punches, your jab, mix it up. You like to go to the body, and that would have been a key point for you, but because you are the taller fighter, I know, and the nature of the beast, you do like to come forward. That's kind of a given, but taller fighters typically don't go to the body. You do. You're the exception. Just fight moving forward. Don't be that fighter in this fight where you're leaning back, wait on that back foot, throwing that jab, not having any power because they're pushing you back because of that offense. You're trying to check her. No, fight your fight moving forward, use your height, and then tank. You're the more physical fighter. You're the taller guy. Use that height, use that reach, use all that to your advantage. You do these threes, you'll give yourself a significant chance. Now, I do believe that this is going to be a great fight. Very, very competitive. These fighters know each other, so we're in for a treat this weekend, all right? So you don't want to miss out. Now, you are the favorite. You do this, you can pull off the money line victory, the KO victory, however Vegas has you winning, and then you'll move on to bigger and better things. Now, on the other end, because this fight is closer, I think, than what it should be, how can we get Oscar Valdez to win you some money? Now, couple keys to victories for Oscar Valdez is you got to invest downstairs. This guy's 2 inches taller than you. The reach is around 5 inches more of a reach disadvantage. So you want to get in there and you want to invest downstairs. You start investing downstairs, especially because this fight can be just action packed from round 1 to round 12, round 1 to round 10, 8 to however long it lasts. I do see being an investment downstairs, going to the body, attacking the body will pay off in the later rounds. All right, you do start that investing, start putting in your coin into this body. In the later rounds, it will pay dividends, and you will show what you did in the early rounds. Now, number two is something very, very interesting, and this is something that I bring in because of the corner of Valdez. Mix it up on defense. Don't always just catch and shoot. Don't always just have your hands coming forward. As you see in the little picture, he comes in forward. He does keep his hands up from time to time, but mix it up. Don't just catch everything. Don't just slip or parry. Move your head, move around, get inside, boom, boom. Cut the ring off by head movement, blocking punches, and with the jab. All right, so you want to mix it up in your defense. You don't always want to catch everything. You don't always just want to move out the way and slip. You want to catch and shoot. We get it. It might be that type of night, but you also at some point want to step back, counter. Sometimes you want to shoot when he's shooting. Mix it up. Keep him guessing to whether he throws, you don't know if something is going to come back, or if he throws, he doesn't know if you're going to catch, and then shoot. Mix it up on him. Keep him thinking. And then the beauty of this fight, the beauty of this fight is because Valdez, you like moving forward and fighting going forward as well. This is one of those fights where it might be a phone booth fight. Who knows? It might be one of those fights where it might be something special. I don't want to say it could potentially be a Corrales Castillo type fight. It could potentially be one of those throwdowns. And boxing is surprising. Valdez does have a very, very good trainer in his corner, someone that can game plan, that maybe you decide when you fight moving forward, or maybe you have the key to push Berchelt back. This is going to be a very, very interesting fight. It's just the styles mesh too well to miss this fight. I do see it being action packed, but remember, Valdez, invest downstairs, mix it up on defense, and then fight moving forward. And whoever executes the best, whoever lands their punches, we'll come out with the victory. I do think it's closer than what Vegas is putting it at, but who knows? Maybe Berchelt will come in and blow Valdez out of the water. Who knows? Maybe Valdez will come in and just put him, lay him out, and call it a day or early fight. We don't know. That's why we have these fights. So on the next one, we're going to talk about the prediction and the bet. And I have something very, very interesting that I've stumbled across on the odds. So for my prediction, I do have Miguel Berchelt winning, just because there is not enough value, in my opinion. How can I put this? I have him winning by KO. The reason why is because betting wise, there's not enough value for me to put him on the money line. At minus 340, I'm really realistically not going to invest $340 in a fight that I think is very close to win only $100 back. So the next best thing is I think this fight's going to be action packed, and I think someone will get knocked out. That might be a bet. Odds aren't out yet. Boxing gets the short end of the stick all the time for these odds. But I'm thinking this fight under, let's say, 11 rounds, 12 rounds. I don't know what the over-under is. Might be 10, 9. But if you are a Valdez better, the money line is 300 in one of them. So I saw a website, William Hill, which runs out of Nevada, Vegas. William Hill has them at a 260. All right, meaning if you bet $100, you get 260 back. To invest or to kind of play the odds, if you bet $50, if you bet that he's gonna win by knockout, and I have it right here, let me look it up. If you think Valdez is going to win by knockout, that's at a plus $650. Okay, same thing if you think he's going to win by decision. And this is through William Hill, guys, all right? So that's what I'm looking at right now. You can do your research if you're in Nevada, what the odds are. But on my end, it's showing William Hill, Oscar Valdez, KO, TKO, plus 650. Same thing for decision, plus 650. So if you're a Valdez better, and you're going to bet $50 on Valdez, or let's say even $100 on Valdez, if he wins, you get 260 back. But if you bet 100 on the knockout, if he wins by knockout, you get 650. So what you can do, and this is kind of a smart tip on my end from what I see on William Hill, if you bet 50 that he'll win by knockout, and then if you bet 50 that he'll win by decision, that's better odds than the initial 260. There's very limited ways for you to be able to win in a boxing match. KO, TKO, decision, majority decision. One of them is just by decision, any type of decision. One of them is by any type of knockout. The only other way that you would lose is if he loses or if he wins by DQ. If you're a Valdez, that's what you do. Okay, you put half of your original bet on decision, half of your original bet on KO, and then you'll get a little bit extra cash. Even though one bet will lose, you'll still get more because it's at a plus 650. The straight up money line win is at a plus 260. Okay, so for $50, you usually get half of the 600. You'll get 300. All right, whereas William Hill has it, you bet 100, you would get 260 back. Okay, so cut that in half, bet 50 on each end, and you'll end up getting more than what you would have bet on just regular money line. That's my tip for this fight. That's something that I caught. Keep in mind, you guys have to act quick because a lot of the times they catch on to these. Okay, so then they'll adjust the lines, they'll adjust the movements. So if you are a Valdez better, go for a TKO or decision. A lot of the times, if you're an online bettor, the odds will not come out till the day after the weigh-in. Not the day after the weigh-in, hours after the weigh-in. So then we're out of luck, right? So just keep an eye out, see what the odds are, and play with something that you can adjust the odds in your favor if you are Valdez. For me, I had to ask two people what they thought and how they thought the fight was going to happen. One of them said it's a toss up. Berchelt can win in the early rounds, but as the fight progresses, they told me, and Berchelt can get him out, and Valdez picks up steam. I think Valdez might be able to take it, they told me. The second person told me Berchelt easy. He's too big. Valdez gets hit too much. They both get hit too much. But I give it to the bigger, more physical guy in a similar style matchup. So, because there was no solid answer for Valdez, I think I'm leaning towards Berchelt for now. Um, I'll update you guys in the comments if anything, but that is my bet. That's what I got going on this weekend. This fight's going to be an amazing fight. So just make sure you guys watch it, catch the fireworks, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it another day, guys. That's it for us at the box office. Quick video, Berchelt, and then also look into that Valdez betting. There's an interesting movement on that line, so try to take advantage before they take it off, or just keep your eyes out for what they have. Box office, guys, take care. We'll talk next time. Take care, guys.